Shalom, shalom. Why must men defend the truth, and why men of Yah face the most persecution? Man, tomorrow I'm going to talk about this specifically in my Sabbath day message titled Debate Thy Cause. Man, you need to know as a man, there is an agenda to deceive you. And it comes by way of Hasatan. It comes by way of the evil one. It comes by way of, the master deceiver. And man, if you don't defend truth as a man and stand on it, man, you're on the same side as men that are out there openly deceiving people. And you got to draw your line in the sand and say, man, what will be said about me when I'm sitting at the judgment seat of a Mashiach? Man, I want you to think about Hamashiach's dealing with the Pharisee. They were the ones that came for him. And Hamashiach defended truth. Whose truth? The truth of the Most High Yah. Man, look at how the disciples, the apostles, the prophets, the Messiah, look at how they all died. And those counted as righteous men died on account of defending the truth. Now, man, most of us as men are in the same, mind state of being fallen. We're in the same spiritual condition that Adam was in the garden, after he had been deceived. And man, a man needs to be prepared to defend the truth at all causes, because Hasatan, man, is going to use your children. He's going to use your woman. He's going to use your own wicked desires to deceive you. And then what happens? One man goes on deceived and deceiving other people. And this is what we have today. Okay, I'll tell you this much. Man, we've got, one Bible. And you've got, over 50 different, take it back, man. You've got over, I'd say 100 different denominations, different religious groups that all use the Bible, and they've got 100 different messages. How do we determine what the truth is? Men need to understand why you're gonna be attacked for standing for truth. Man, you can have somebody that can ask you a topic about something going on in the world, and your response can be, man, I don't stand for that. That's an abomination. Now, they may not tell you in your face that they've got some animosity towards you. They may go out and slander your name, try to figure out a way to take you down, but it's the enemy in them coming at you because they may stand for it. So they're coming to you, man, tell me what you think about it. This is craziness going on in the world. And you can say, man, I don't stand for that, man. That's an abomination, man. That's considered witchcraft. That's considered idolatry. And because you spoke on truth and took a stance for truth, man, Hasatan is blowing the trumpet, sending all his agents towards you. You can lose your doggone job. You can lose your doggone family. You can lose everything you work for. But I want you to understand, you're being tested. Once you understand why you are attacked for standing up, okay, a man that's establishing righteousness in his house will be attacked by those in his house. Hasatan will be using those in your own house to attack you because you're standing up for truth. You're standing up for thy law. Doesn't the book say the enemy will be that of a man's own household? So your enemy is already inside the camp. Adam thought he was good. Man, I'm good, man. Most High Yah put this woman here. But from the moment she touched down in the garden, Hasatan wasn't soon behind getting in her ear, deceiving her. Man, it was her own desires to be like a god, man, that caused her to be deceived. So, men, we gotta stand on it because, man, when you think about it, man, if Hasatan can get you to back down and, oh man, I really don't want to cause no confusion. I ain't trying to do all that. You know how many people will see you backing down and never be confident in standing on righteousness? I'm telling you, man, when it comes to, you got men that claim to be scholars of the word and all this stuff. You got doctorates, PhDs, all of this stuff. But the one you won't even stand for truth against is your wife. You got some of these men that you got to think, man, when they have their wife sitting behind them in the pulpit and you got the first lady, man, she's running the whole organization. This is why a lot of these men can't stand on truth, because they gotta get approval from the neck to teach whatever foolishness they're teaching. You got men that know that, man, I don't need to be bringing this tree up in my house. You know the stuff. I don't need to be letting my children go trick-or-treating. But you know what? You go take them to go get them costumes. You carry that tree in when your woman says, man, let's go select a tree. And you just out there spirit grieved. Oh man, I can't. I know it's wrong. And you strap it down to the car like you do every year. And then you drag it in the house. You're in there eating cookies and drinking hot cocoa, singing them doggone idolatrous carols. And you won't even stand for truth in your own house. I'm telling you, man, all of this stuff, that's going on in the world has people fooled, man. Hasatan has dominion on earth. So he's going to have a lot of people deceived. The word said the spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it neither sees him or knows him. He dwells in you. Aren't the righteous supposed to be bold as lions? I'm telling you, man, they're in there. They're in this public food system, loading your children up with all kind of stuff. And you got to be willing to stand on it. Man, you can post something as a man of truth on your Facebook and have your family, link to your social media. And next thing you know, Hasatan is going to use them to come for you. He's going to use the people that, yeah, baby, I love you. He's going to use them to come at you. And you're going to have to stand on it. You're going to have to stand on it. See, man, man, once you are born again as a man, and I'm talking about you woke, you standing on it, man, it'd be better to die than not stand for the truth. Because you really are not serving the kingdom of purpose as a man if you're not willing to stand for the truth. And it don't matter what the topic is. Now you've got brethren that, man, you can pretty much converse with, and then, if they're in the spirit will guide them to, oh man, dang, I didn't know that. I didn't know I had the truth. But then you got Hasatan sending all these minions coming at you just because what you stand for. I'll give you an example. Man, Reverend TDJ, or whatever his name is, got asked one time, what was his stance on the LGBT community? And he didn't stand on truth. You know what he said? We're evolving and always evolving. Wait a minute. Does the word of the Most High Yah change, or is he is the same today as he was yesterday and every day going forward? But you didn't hear him say nothing according to what the book says. I'm telling you, a lot of these men won't stand on it. They will flat out lose their congregation. They will lose the respect of their wives. They will lose the respect of their children. And I tell you, man, you can't bear the fruits of repentance as a man and not be willing to defend the truth in order to save face, in order to spare your ego. Man, if your boasting is not in Yah, man, you ain't got nothing in your ego. Man, if your pride is not in truth, you ain't got nothing in your ego or your persona. This is what the book said. These people have a form of godliness but deny the power of. I'm telling you, man, when you have somebody tomorrow in my Sabbath day teaching, I'm going to break down some of these tactics that you will experience as a man of truth when people know you got the truth and they're running out of ammo to try to war against you. I'm going to go over all the tactics because you need to be prepared for it. And the fight is going to start in your own house. The fight is going to start with yourself. Man, you got to be able to, in order for you to be counted as righteous, man, you got to be able to prove biblically, what you believe, why you believe it. At the same time, how your actions are in alignment with righteousness. That's the battle of self. Man, I had to ask myself early on, man, why do I believe that, Christmas is a righteous holiday and biblical? Why do I believe that? I had to go back to the drawing board, go back to the book, and then you find out, oh, snap, it ain't nowhere in here. Why do I believe that taking my children to do Easter egg hunts on Easter is biblical? You you gotta deal with yourself first in order to stand for truth. Because, man, when you walking around in all of this idolatry and witchcraft, man, you ain't standing for no truth. All of these men, so-called Christians, don't matter what denomination, it don't matter. They're not standing on truth. Because all of it can be exploited, can be exposed. We start dealing with, Antioch, Maccabean period. Who called them Christians first? It was the heathen. It was the Gentiles, the Goy. Man, they don't want it. It don't matter what the topic is. The new covenant or the renewed covenant is for Christians. That's not what the book say. It's house of Israel and Judah all up through that thing. The law done away with. Messiah said he didn't come to destroy the law. How was he without sin if he was without the law? Didn't Paul say, man, if it was not for the law, man, I wouldn't have known what sin is. Man, you got to be willing to defend truth at all costs as a man. That's an honorable service. You want to die honorable? Defend the truth. Be a living sacrifice. Stand on it. Tomorrow is going down on my Sabbath day teaching, 2 p.m. live, YouTube. Man, I hope everybody has a blessed Shabbat. Close to the Yah Ministries, kicking it gun barrel straight.